Hello, YouTube. It's your main man, BTM, here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network. Been a busy day with the Bitcoin conference, but we had to get a Turbo Toad token, Turbo Toad turn-up video in real quick. A lot of people have been asking about me, so I've been here, just been kind of busy, but I wanted to get a quick video in from a main Turbo Toad token army, the Turbo Toad Warriors, and the Turbo Toad Turn Up. So thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Run a couple minutes behind. Was trying to fix something outside. Just ran back in real quick and realized we were a little late, but better late than never. But we are here and we are back. Uh, just doing a quick sound check. Everything appears to be a go, but Turbo token will still pump hard this cycle. Let's see the top main coin this cycle. So the cycle in this cycle means the bull cycle, which means the bull cycle hasn't even started yet. I was watching a video. Somebody was saying that the bull cycle has been canceled. The altcoin season has been canceled. And stop listening to these clowns. These guys don't even know what they're talking about. How do you even know that this bull cycle has been canceled when it hasn't even started? And you can't cancel the cycle, guys. You just got to be patient. I know a lot of people are new and are very anxious and becoming impatient. But patience is what separates good investors from their money or making a good, sound investment, guys. You can't give up too early. What up? Integrative natural medicine. You can't give up too early. And it seems like a lot of people, but I warned you that last year, a lot of people are trying to get rich overnight. And this isn't the business for you, right? Investing in anything is not a get rich quick scheme. You have to be patient, you have to hold, and you have to wait, right? Like Warren Buffett said, this is what determines when people become rich or wealthy or just lose their money. Patience. You got a diamond hand. I ain't brought the glove out in a while, but you just got to hold on. Once you get it, you got it, right? It's not like you're going to lose it or you're going to lose your investment, but you got to be patient. All right, look how long it took Bitcoin to hit 110,000, almost 10 years. So think of people who had Bitcoin, short of the guy who spent his Bitcoin on pizza, but all the rest of the people who had Bitcoin and sold it. Think about if you had it at $1 and sold it at $50, and now it's worth 110,000. I know a lot of people that sold their Bitcoin at $100 or $50 or $200 and didn't even make it to the thousands. I know a guy whose son was mining Bitcoin on his computer and it had over 500 Bitcoin, over 500 Bitcoin, had over, you heard me right, over 500 Bitcoin, and he sold it at like $100 a token or something, which I think, what is that, 50,000 or something? 5,000, I think. Maybe 5,000. Let me check real quick. Maybe 5,000. I know my math isn't mathing, but let me see. So he had made 50,000. So just think if he'd have had 500 tokens times 110,000, $55 million just on patience, right? Gave up too soon, got paranoid and sold too early. So just keep in mind, guys, even when the market is down and up, depends on your conviction. if you're going to sell to make money or if you're trying to create generational wealth. So let's see here. Let's turn the spotlight on. Look at the bubbles real quick. ZBCN is up 35.3%. And people are saying they're selling their turbo to buy ZBCN. I wouldn't recommend that. I would say slowly to dollar cost average into ZBCN, right? It's still cheap. It is 006. And we got in it years ago, right? We got into it last year when it was ZBC and you could swap it. I think it was a 1 to 10 to ZBCN. But just be patient, guys. It's on the main theme for today. Turbo is going to pump. I don't know when, I don't know how, but if you haven't been watching Turbo, Turbo kind of goes to its own beat, right? It kind of moves to its own drum and its own rhythm. At some point, it's going to pop like crazy because we still haven't got the pump from Binance US yet. So just keep in mind, out of nowhere, it's going to go crazy, right? So this is GigaChat up 19.8, Pepe 2.8, XRP is up 1.5, Ethereum is up 1.2. And this is the catalyst, right? We're waiting for Ethereum to get back to at least 3,000. And Ethereum, I don't know what's going on. I know they had to release and it was supposed to do something and didn't do anything. So I don't know. FTT is up 6%. Snake is up 1.3. Uniswap is up 1.3. Ethereum Classic is up 0.9. Nero's up 1.8. Chib's up 0.8. Near Protocol's up 1.2. XPX is up 6. Ordinal is up 2.1. Archblock is up 5.9. Turbo is up 0.7. Mog is up 0.8. ALI is up 2.3. And if I told you previously, sorry, got some in my throat from being outside, got some congestion or something maybe. But I told you previously, pay attention to the things that are green when everything else is red. And also only buy on red days, right? Buy the dip. Don't buy when it's running up. Buy it when it's down and it's on sale, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, cats and dogs, toads and tadpoles. Let me know where you're at. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you're still riding with the Turbo Toad token. I think we lost some people. I think some people have disappeared on us. So let me know in the chat. Currently, you have 331.3 million market cap, down 0.59 the last hour, up 0.58 in the last 24 hours, down 10.6 in the last 7 days, up 5% in the last 30 days, up 49% in the last 90 days, and down 29.4% in the last year. Let me see. What was that? Oh, yeah. I was going to pull up coin ranking real quick. Let's see, coinranking.com. So here on coin ranking, we'll go over to, what is this? Dang, we're just there too. I'm tripping. Go over to categories and go over to meme coins. So Turbo Toad token, which is down to number 17. So with all the price action and all the movement, we're still relatively in the same spot at 350 mil won market cap and 005 and up 6.63%. I don't know what this B is or where the B came from or what the freak. What is this? New listing. What is this? It's weird. It's just B. This is a Binance token called B. And this is kind of what's messing with Turbo, right? It's not market manipulation. It's all these crazy tokens that come out of nowhere and disappear. So this is 376.5 million market cap. Popcat still at 400 million. Mogs 436 million. Dog go to the moon 486 million. Brett 624 million. Buddy Penguin 726. Formcoin. Where did Formcoin? That's what I'm saying. These coins just keep popping up. But after this bull cycle, there's going to be a reckoning, right? It's going to be a lot of stuff that are going to clear out, disappear. People are going to see it pump. They're going to cash out. They're going to take their money. They're going to go to the beach and disappear. So it'll be up to the new investors that come in and look for opportunity. And one of the opportunities will be our favorite uh, turbo toe token, right? It looks good for the picking. XPX is actually over a billion market cap, which is weird. Dog with a hat is 1 billion a dollar. Fartcoin is $1.23. And for some reason, I don't know why, it's like Fartcoin and Turbo had a destiny swap, right? I think Fartcoin should be where Turbo is, and Turbo should be where Fartcoin is. I don't know what's happening or what happened, but it's like they had a destiny swap, right? It's like they were on path to be Turbo was on path to be 1.23 cents. 1 point wow. 1.23 billion market cap now. And for some reason, Fartcoin came out of nowhere and pretty much took the shine there. I don't know. But just kind of keep that in the back of my mind. Like if Fartcoin wasn't here, Turbo would be in number 6. Bonk is a lot of zeros at a 1.48 million, 4.8 billion market cap. Official Trump coin is down 2% to $12.9 token. I remember when this thing was at $2 or a dollar or less than a dollar actually. 2.4 billion. Pepe is 5.7 billion. What? Shiba Inu is 6.3 billion. Dogecoin is 32.4 billion. So not a lot of movement today on the coin ranking. We looked at the price already. Want to check this? This is kind of what threw me back, right? I don't know what happened on 5/26, which was 3 days ago, which was Sunday, I think. Monday. Monday, we lost what is this? 134 users, 134 holders. I don't know what happened here. I don't know why this dip. Think that equated to our kind of stagnant movement. So we're at 55,189 holders. And actually, I haven't updated this pretty much most of the day. So this is the burn wallet. The burn wallet has 12.6 thousand, 12,669 Ethereum burnt, which in my calculation should be actually changing the price, right? Should be pushing the price. If we're burning, we'll have to check back with these guys because all these say pending. So I don't know if it's actually burned or not, or if it's been updating correctly. So let's go back to holders. So we're at 55,192. So currently, last 4 hours, we added 7. Last 12 hours, we added 25. Last day, we added 29. Last 3 days, we added 75. Last 7 days, we added 27. 14 days, 370. And 30 days, 1,165. So Turbo is still adding holders. So that's not the issue. So I don't know, guys. I'm just perplexed why Turbo isn't higher in this coin ranking, right? Why are we not in the top 10? What is Formcoin doing here in B? Why is B above Turbo? Why is the market cap of B which is a new listing on Binance, already at 38 cents, right? 376.5 mil won market cap. What is going on? Peanut the Squirrel's 317, AIZ16 is 299, Toshi is 270. So I don't feel too bad, right? Freaking Giga Chad is 238. Mudan is 231. Snake is 226. So I don't feel too bad, right? These were some of the ones that were running up. Now they are sliding back down as well. So I don't know, guys. I'm just trying to keep on track and continue to diamond hand. But again, don't get too crazy, guys. Just hold and wait, right? Just continue to hold. Don't go ballistic and don't get too deep into it, right? There's nothing you can do at this point but continue to hold and wait to see how things pan out, right? It's not going to be uh multimillionaires made. I wish I would have had that stats. Somebody said, actually, it was on the news. So they said, what did they say? Out of millionaires being made, was it just Trump coin or as a whole? Maybe it was Trump coin. Only 56 holders became millionaires. So being a millionaire in crypto is not as easy as everyone thinks. You're not going to get one token out of nowhere, throw $1,000 at it, and be a multi-billionaire, right? You're not going to be Bill Gates from putting $1,000 on one token. So be patient, right? And continue to diamond hand and just wait, right? You're going to make money, but you're not going to make multi-millions on a $1,000 investment on a coin that's not even moving that rapidly. So let's check the 5-minute chart on Turbo. You can see here we're flat, right? RSI is up and down to 48.5. RSI base moving average is flat, like literally flat. Ain't nothing happening. At 40.6. Got a couple of green candles on the 5-minute chart and another MACD cross. What is up, Ken? What's going on, fam? 15-minute charts about the same, not a whole lot of movement. RSI is coming down for us to pick it up. This would be a good time to buy. RSI base movement average is 45. We're losing volume on the 15-minute chart as well. At a MACD cross, 45-minute chart showing the same thing. RSI is down in the 40s. The volume is going down. Had a MACD cross. Not a whole lot of excitement, although there is an AMA coming up Sunday night. And see here on the hour chart, we're slowly going down. The last resistance was the 006. Now we are down on support the 005. If we can hold the 005 through whatever's happening and start to push back up, I think Turbo will be fine. The RSI is down in the 30s on the 1-hour chart, losing volume on the 1-hour chart as well. And we'll check the 4-hour chart. You can see here on the 4-hour, we were at the 006. Actually, last week, and we came down hard, came back up, came down some more, hit the resistance and hit support and came up. Support again and came up, hit support again. So I would say this could be a double bottom because we hit the support again. So I don't know if we're going to bounce off this support or push down. But the RSI is still low, and we are losing volume on the 4-hour chart as well. So I don't know what to tell you guys, but from my shaky at best technical analysis. We'll have to wait and see because Turbo doesn't really follow conventionary analysis. So just be patient and we'll have to see. But thanks for joining and thanks for continuing to support BTM and the Crypto News Network. I think at 4:20, Michael Saylor talks on the Bitcoin conference. So we're probably going to tune back in for that. So I'm probably going to stream that live as well. So as you can see, we're back to the BTM Twitter page. What jewel are you picking today? And Turbo is in the mix. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of votes. I guess people are starting to FUD Turbo and give up. Shout out to Turbinator. See you holding strong, Turbinator and Turbo. See you guys holding strong. Choka, Pick Leg Wally. See the gang is all here. This is which meme coin is leading your portfolio in 2025. There's two turbos here. Those are two turbos here. Freak. With the welly? The well on? What's going on here? Why is there two turbos here? Is there an imposter turbo? Is this why we're losing volume to the fake turbo? I know there is a blue turbo, but I didn't see. Why is there two turbos? It's kind of weird. It might have something to do with our price action. So this is another. Is this just Binance? I think this is just Binance. I actually thought this was more than Binance. So I'm not sure 100% why I shared this because I thought it was the turbo, but it's not. It's just the Binance ecosystem. I thought it was the Binance and more ecosystems. It's weird. So yeah, we kind of missed the boat on that one. So moving forward, this is Turbo is the best. Grab your partner and let's ride this baby as far as we can go. Robinhood app, please list so more can join. Trust the process. Today, I thank my Father for all the wonderful moments you gave me. I will pass on everything you taught me to my children, hoping that in 18 years, my children will be just as proud as me as I am of you. That's really touching and heartfelt. Pretty awesome. DeWalt. DeWalt chip? I don't know. Uh, Bitcoin may drop to retest lower lows. Ethereum could retest the 2250 area and Turbo to hit the 42. If that happens, people will panic. People will definitely panic if it goes down. People are already disappearing on us and we're not even falling really, right? It's been holding pretty strong, pretty steady. So I don't know what's really going on. But let me go back and check and keep looking through Twitter. So this is Turbo Legends series. Turbo is inciting like Iggy himself, the Virgo god of fire, an unstoppable transformation from a spark of innovation to a roaring blaze of momentum. This is just the beginning, fueling by belief, powered by community. This isn't a meme, it is a movement. Shout out to Turbo. liking some of these. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Nobody's liking the videos. I don't know what's going on. Do you not like the videos? Are you not entertained? Do you not appreciate all the work that BTM is putting in? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Turbo's community. Shout out to Dakota. Like the states, this guy promotes more turbo posts than NASA promotes rocket launches. Look, I don't know about him. Every time I see someone asking for support, the photo's already there, like commented and retweeted and sent snaps. When Turbo hits the moon, I fully expect Dakota to already be there planting the flag, heading out POAP and tweeting. Welcome, I saved you a seat. Who is Dakota and why am I not following this guy? So give this guy a shout out and definitely start following him. Shout out to always great work, KT. Thanks for all the energy, commitment, and style. I do like that, actually. King Turbo or King Turnup is actually pretty cool. Turbo isn't just a token; it's a mindset where the charts heat up. Remember to slow down, breathe deep, soak in the beauty around you, block out the noise, feel the sun. Gratitude fuels charity, and charity fuels conviction. And I was right because I was talking about somebody. I was talking to somebody about that as well. If you're not grateful for what you have, you're not going to get blessed with more things, right? People don't appreciate what they have, so you don't get more. If you appreciate what you have, things automatically gravitate you because they know you're going to take care of it, right? Turbo to the moon. Anyone else? Shout out to Tord. Um, Turbo through the volatility, bears wave. The wild markets, Turbo keeps cruising like a true holder. And that was a ZBEC in the Bitcoin conference. So I suspect we went through all the information for today. So I don't know. But this is a video from, let me see here. What do we got? And we got less people making turbo videos as well, right? Just not just the environment's down or people aren't talking about it. We got less YouTubers making videos. We got less people bringing content. I don't know what's going on, but don't give up hope, right? Turbo's not down and out, right? It's just moving slowly. So let me see. Start with crypto now and never, and then row, and then I guess we'll end with the trading sniper. Let's see what crypto now.
Well, now or never, and welcome back to another Turbo update. If you enjoy the style of content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, none of this is financial advice. Let's get into it. Turbo is currently sitting. You know what I want. All right, so as you guys can see, Turbo is currently sitting at a $358 million market cap, and Turbo hasn't moved that much over my last 2 or 3 videos. It started out having that initial explosion in mid-April, and it ran up about 382% from the lows. That put Turbo back on the radar for a lot of people, but since then it's just been consolidating. And if I was personally going to draw it in a pattern, I would say we're forming some sort of a symmetrical triangle. And the reality of the symmetrical triangle is that it's starting to get very tight. Now, what's interesting about this pattern, though, is if you look at Ethereum, we have something similar forming. Although I would say that Ethereum is more of an ascending triangle. We have a flat top, but then we have higher lows. Regardless, though, with Ethereum, this is textbook technical analysis. There are a lot of people out there who still doubt technical analysis and they don't think it exists. To me, this completely proves that it does. I've been telling you guys for a long time that the 200 daily moving average is going to be major resistance. Look at what has happened. We've had a retest right here, rejection, retest, rejection, retest, rejection, retest, rejection, retest, rejection, retest, rejection. We have had 6 different retests of this level, and every single time it has worked as major resistance. So this just tells you right here how strong of a level this actually is. And this is also why it's so important for us to flip this level. We want to see price action break above this level and then potentially have a bullish retest off of it, and then we bounce. That would be an ideal technical analysis scenario. I will say, when you look at the stochastics right now, they are extremely oversold and they're starting to push up. I wouldn't be shocked at all if we do actually get the move above this level. But again, this is major resistance. The other level that you need to watch is right beneath us, the 21-day moving average. Right now, we are sandwiched between 2 levels. Whichever level breaks is probably the direction that we are going to be heading in the short term. I know a lot of you guys are very bullish about the market right now, but if we lose the 21-day, then we're probably going to drop lower. I just want you guys to be prepared for that. Am I saying that that's going to happen? No, I'm not. But it's definitely possible. And again, regarding Turbo, I think Turbo is just going to completely follow Ethereum. If we see Ethereum break out of the ascending triangle, then I think the symmetrical triangle on Turbo could also break out. Now, if we look at the Turbo X account, they've actually had an interesting partnership recently. So if you scroll down a little bit, you can see that they partnered with Veracity. And if you guys have been watching my channel for a long time, you know that I used to actually cover this project. Back in the day, we made some very nice gains with VRA. So it's actually pretty cool to see that Veracity is partnering with Turbo. But they say right here, as part of this collaboration, Turbo will adopt the Vera Player infrastructure to host, manage, and deliver its video inventory. Full integration update coming soon. Again, I think it's a very cool partnership. Yes, obviously I'm biased because I used to cover VRA, but it's definitely cool to see. In general, though, Turbo's still on here grinding every single day. They just posted 19 minutes ago. But in general, when you look at coin market cap right now, you can see that Bitcoin dominance is starting to drop slightly again. Bitcoin dominance is back under 63% at 62.9%. However, it's still above that 61.8% that it reached when Ethereum was first spiking. And that's because Bitcoin has broken out a little bit. But I still think it's very important for me to emphasize Bitcoin and Ethereum in pretty much every Turbo video. When you look at Bitcoin right now, you can see that it's only down 3.7% from its all-time high 6 days ago. When you look at Ethereum, you can see that Ethereum is still down 46.1% from its all-time high 4 years ago. So it is crucial that we see Ethereum perform better than Bitcoin if we want to see a massive altcoin explosion, and especially for projects like Turbo that are built on Ethereum. Ethereum is the leading altcoin. And I know to some people it sounds crazy, but it all comes down to this daily time frame for Ethereum. We need to get back above the 200-day. This ascending triangle could have a massive move to the upside. Now, I do also want to show you guys Turbo on CoinMarketCap. When you look at Turbo, you can see that the volume is 36.5 million. It has fallen off quite a bit from where it was during the initial spike. There was a point in time where Turbo was over 600 million volume. But to be clear, most of the crypto market has also dropped off in volume. And that's what happens when you're in a consolidation phase. If we see Ethereum get the breakout, then I would expect a lot of volume to come back into meme coins and altcoins in general. But right now, when you look at Turbo, you can see that most of the volume is coming from Binance, 15.6%. Although BitGet has a solid amount too at 9.2%. But there's actually pretty nice distribution between the Turbo volume. But that's about it for the update on Turbo today. If you guys are interested in Turbo and you guys are interested in joining a like-minded community, then I recommend taking a look at my Discord. We're grinding in the crypto market every single day, and we've been
So shout out to Crypto Now or Never and all the hard work he's putting it in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and make sure you give a big thumbs up to Crypto Now and Never. Moving on, this is my main man, Ro, one of the hardest working guys in the Turbo Toe community. So let's see what he has to say.
An amazing day. It is your favorite Turbo YouTuber. Well, at least I hope I am, because I've been covering Turbo every single day, even through the bearish momentum that we've been having the last couple months until where we are right now, guys, where we've seen some great pumps come in. And although the price might seem a little stagnant compared to a lot of other meme coins right now, I promise you, this is a good time to accumulate. Obviously, not financial advice, but listen, if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Ro. I talk about Turbo literally every single day without fail. I mean, guys, you could fact check me on that. Go back through the channel and see if I missed a day. Listen, with that being said, I really do hope that you guys are enjoying. If you are subscribed, hit the bell and like today's video so that you show YouTube you still care about crypto content. And with that being said, guys, let's hop into today's video. Now, wait, I didn't. Okay, there we go. Don't know what I was doing there. But in the last month, Turbo kind of just moving stagnant. Not too much going on. I agree. There's a lot of other meme coins right now that are making people a lot more money, right? Notably, some of the videos that I've been covering. But guys, here is a smart thing to do. Turbo, in my humble opinion, I think it's a blue chip meme coin, right? So with a lot of the profits that I'm making on some of my other meme coins, you better believe, guys, that some of those profits are rolling into Turbo, because at this price point right now, just back to previous all-time highs is a 2x. And as Ethereum starts to rally in price, right? As Ethereum dominance starts to increase, you're going to see plays like this have its run. Right now, guys, the low market cap plays are taking over. But when more money flows into Ethereum, that is when the higher market cap plays, such as Turbo, is going to shine and it's going to have its day. Trust me on that, right? Because I'm telling you guys, I was seeing the same thing during these times, right? The 2 zeros 1, the 2 zeros 1 8 times when nobody else wanted to accumulate, right? When literally, guys, I was telling all the people watching, hey, Turbo is looking like a good buy. Turbo is looking like a good entry right now. When nobody else wanted to accumulate, the people that were, they are happy right now, right? Because you were getting Turbo, guys, borderline $100 million market cap. If you know where it's been in the last couple months, right, getting very close to $1 billion market cap, and you believe how far Turbo is going to go in this bull run, then you even accumulating at 350 million is still a very good price. Now, in the last month, right, Turbo rose up to about, I want to say, around $430 million market cap. You're at a little bit of a discount right now, guys. Okay, the amount of the holders for Turbo going up slowly but surely. You can see 55,200. It has been growing at a very good rate. Listed on literally every single exchange that you could think of. The thing is, guys, a lot of other meme coins that are coming out, they are learning from Turbo's success. They want to be what Turbo is. And I'm telling you guys, right? Turbo, a 5 to 10 cent Turbo is still something that I'm confident that we will see. So if you guys are part of the Turbo community and you're like, you know what, this thing hasn't moved, this thing hasn't been doing anything right now, it's boring, that's great. These are good times, I'm telling you, because when it's boring, when people leave the project, when they're, kind of like, oh, there's better things over there, the grass is greener on the other side, that is when you guys should be accumulating. Obviously, guys, I can't stress this enough, but it's not financial advice. This is only what I've been doing. Here's the crazy part though. While Turbo is moving stagnant, you could make more money in other projects and then roll those funds in. And honestly, guys, we have been crushing it over in our private Discord. One of our students has gone on to make $20,000 this past month just from following our buy and sell alerts. Now, obviously, past profit never guarantees future results, but let me actually just show you guys. So you know that, I'm not saying that, right? You can see here in our Flex Our Gains chat, right here, right? Right here, ended up exiting most of my Brock bag, left a tiny moon bag, bought 1,500 at the bottom, and now I've exited 5,500. I'll probably buy thousands Brock if it retraces, but I'm happy with these profits. I want to solidify my blue chips. Appreciate the call, and you boys just hit 20K in profit this month after Baby Toshi on broke calls by YouTube cryptos funds. FYI, 20K is about the average yearly salary in Estonia. Now, I'm speechless at that, right? I just let the proof is in the pudding. Literally, guys, if you want to join, be a part of a community, be a part of people who will hold you accountable, make those profits to roll it into blue chips such as Turbo. Hey, you know where it is. Links in the description. Now, again, basically sitting at that same support area that we've been in since the 22nd of April. We've been trading in this zone, guys. And quite frankly, just like all of you, I am very tired as well. But what I am seeing right now, guys, is a little bit of a wedge here that is tightening up. Okay. I don't know if you guys are able to see that as well. Let me kind of draw another line here. This is kind of what I'm seeing right now, guys. Obviously, this it's a little bit sloppy, but you guys more or less get the idea. Obviously, would look a little bit better in the hourly time frame. But what I do expect to see, guys, is a break towards the upside. I will probably fly by this 206 level and make our way to that 207 mark. If you guys are holding Turbo, trust me, patience goes a long way. Now, Turbo family, one thing I do want to emphasize is that you guys go follow Turbo over on X, because honestly, thing to hear from me, but it's another to get it straight from the frog's mouth. Now, here's a cool part, guys. I feel like we haven't done a spaces in a while. Hosting a Turbo community spaces with some legends, Freeman Finance, Black Tiger Miner, and King Turn, plus others. We'll also have community members come up to chat about Turbo. If you want to get involved, go and send a DM. Now, obviously, guys, Freeman Finance, Black Tiger Miner, huge in the Turbo space. If you guys want to tune into a spaces, I think they should be doing that very, very soon. Go ahead and check that out. Turbo USD in the last 4-hour time frame On the short term, Turbo is forming a falling wedge. A breakout to the upside could signal a long opportunity, while a downside break might open the door for shorts. I remain bullish on Turbo in the long term, but I'll wait for a clear breakout to determine short-term direction. This is kind of what I've been marking off as well, guys, just in the hourly. Sorry, yeah, this is the daily, just a little bit more zoomed out. Let me know what you guys think. Or sorry, this is the 4-hour time frame. What am I talking about? I really do think, guys, that a break towards the upside should happen, especially considering that Ethereum and Bitcoin are holding up pretty well. We have seen Bitcoin dump to 107K. But listen, it's not the end of the world. It's $107,000. Fear and greed index still at 68. So like, I'm not worried. People who sold Turbo in Q1 of 2025 be like pulling up in their rinky-dinky whip that they bought with all their losses. Imagine Turbo at 69 cents. What would you tell yourself? Congratulations or well done. I totally agree, guys. You're going to see a lot of people, especially when Turbo hits like a penny, kind of just soar into the markets when you really should be accumulating at this price point. But hey, that's just market psychology. That's just how humans work. And at the end of the day, guys, the ones that are here during the period that it's boring are the ones who are going to go on to make a lot of money. Now, one thing I do want to say, fellas, is if you do want to know my buy and sell alerts, there's a link to the meme coin mastery down in the description below. Honestly, it's cheaper than buying a cup of coffee every single day. And we genuinely might be raising prices because the value we provide is actually insane. But with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Remember, guys, none of this is financial advice. I'm only here to entertain and educate you guys. And if that's happened, then hey, I have done my job. Now, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not already, please subscribe, hit the bell, and like the video so that you show YouTube you still care about crypto. Also, 15K, we just hit it recently. Thank you guys for the love and the support. I'll see you in the next video.
So shout out to my main man, Ro, in that video. And also shout out to What's Crypto in the AMA, which is Sunday. And a big shout out to Ro for bringing that up. So it'll be me, Freeman Finance, and okay, here it is. I'm tripping. Me, Freeman Finance, and King Turn, which used to be King Turbo, but I guess he changed to King Turnham. But we'll all be there, and I think a few other of the Turbo Toe community. So look out for that Sunday. I think it's Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I think it's like 9 in the morning in Australia, 9 a.m. Monday morning Australia time. But let me know in the comments as well. So let's keep it pushing. This is the Trading Sniper, and I think that would be it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today?
Actually,
I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, we're going to be diving into
Trading Sniper from yesterday. Let me see. This is today, and this is yesterday. So let's look at the yesterday's video first,
what the
and then come back
collaboration
to
is
today's video.
yesterday. If you guys don't
So
know,
Turbo just
and
got
Veracity
another
have
collaboration.
teamed up. Okay, they have teamed up. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I have not read this. I literally just pulled this up and I said it's time to record. I am super excited to see, what this is all about. I don't know how long this article is based off this tab over here. It's going to probably be a couple minute read. So let's just jump right into it. Okay. So we can see Veracity teams up with Turbo Meme Coin in Web3 video infrastructure push. So the partnership continues Veracity expansion following recent details with GBT Verse, right? Okay, this is not important to us. We see Veracity's blockchain protocol, known for its anti-fraud video technology, announced a new video partnership with Turbo Meme Coin. This integration will see Turbo Meme Coin adopt Veracity's VeraPlayer, a blockchain-enabled video player designed to deliver and manage video content in a fraud-proof way. Okay, so we can see as Turbo ranks among the top 150 crypto projects. Yep, that's true. That has been like our bottom, right? That's been our bottom. We've been holding that 150 rank for some time, right? On our worst days, we're practically ranked 150. On some of the better days, we're hitting that top 120 and stuff, right? But I do believe we will hit, easily into the top 100 when the time is right. Anyways, and both one of the most active communities in the space. The integration is expected to bring Veracity's tools in the hands of a massive engaged user base. Veracity and Turbo. Turbo, also known as Turbo Token, was launched as a community-driven project born from AI. It quickly rose through the ranks, gaining traction across social channels and decentralized exchanges alike. The project represents the grassroots strength of Web3 communities driven by memes, but aiming to offer more than just humor. The collaboration brings Veracity's VeraPlayer infrastructure to Turbo's growing media library. This means all of Turbo's future content, whether it's promotional clips, educational explainers, or community updates, will be hosted, delivered, and managed using Veracity's video tech. So awesome, awesome. We love to see that. We see there's also some type of airdrop happening, right? Just days before the Turbo announcement, Veracity made headlines for another major collaboration, this time with MAIV. Okay, so it's some type of other partnership, some type of airdrop. If you guys want to look into it, highly recommend doing it, right? Okay, recent collaborations. I think that might be it for the let's see this. That might be it for just the Turbo. That might be just it. Let's read quickly through this area. So we see recent collaborations. Yeah, GPT Burst. Okay, so another collaboration. Proof of work. Okay, okay, okay. Let me see any more. No. It's partnership NFT. Okay, do. Okay. Long before the Turbo collaboration, City had already made a strong entrance in the gaming world by partnering with Soonchain, a layer 2 block for Ethereum. Okay. So we can see they've made multiple partnerships before, not too many. So it does feel like Turbo is special because they've made like 3 other partnerships. So, yeah. In isolation, each of these collaborations might look like incremental progress, but together they form a larger vision, right? To make Veracity the default video layer of Web3. Whether it's meme coins seeking to build community engagement, AI platforms developing decentralized content hubs, or gaming protocols aiming to protect ad revenue, Veracity offers a video solution that guarantees 2 things: verified engagement with proof of view making every click count, revenue-ready infrastructure with VeraViews opening the door to ad monetization in a clean, fraud-free way. So yeah, for Veracity, each new integration adds liquidity to its native token, Vera, visibility to its brand, and utility to its products. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so we can see that was the more detailed stuff. It was mainly about Turbo, a little bit of other stuff too. So, huge. That is what we love to see. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, I am super excited. I believe this is still the start of collaborations. We do have a little bit less time than we did before in terms of making big moves. But I do believe there's going to be some very, very big moves over the next few months. There's just no way, like, we don't get listed on Robinhood. There's just no way that I don't do other collaborations. Everything matters. And by the way, right? By the way, because I've seen people say, "Oh, well, collaboration, why didn't it pump?" Guys, listen, it's not how it works. All of this news, all these updates, all of this is for the bigger picture. Okay, it's how much are institutions willing to pump this coin, right? If Turbo had half the work that it's done, even if it had this price action, then let's say maybe institutions, and obviously there's a little bit other factors, but maybe institutions would pump this coin, let's say to 7 cents, okay? But with all the collaborations we have, with all, the exchanges, with all the innovations that we have for a meme coin, the narratives, everything, right? Instead of it getting pumped to 7 cents, it can get pumped to 20 cents now. That's what you guys don't realize, right? All of these type of collaborations, all of these type of moves, they are for the bigger picture. It's how much is an exchange, and institutions are willing to put money into this, or willing to risk this, or willing to pump this up. Of course, yes, there's other key factors, global economics, factor, how much liquidity and, market cap and etc. But this does play a huge part, okay? Like I said in other videos, like, this is good manipulation, right? This is good manipulation. All the news that we're doing now is going to be either we get manipulated to a certain point. If we have, like the news and everything that's coming out and it's been coming out for months and more, it might go up even higher, right? It will go up higher because it's like, oh well, like this coin is great. Let's just send this, right? That's just how it works when it comes to the bigger picture for collaborations for everything. So listen, for institutions, right? Like they are looking at how active the community is in terms of holders, in terms of Twitter engagements, in terms of everything. How active is the coin, right? Are there new collaborations? Are there new exchanges? Are there new this? Are there new this? That's what they're looking at. Okay. So this might, in hindsight, when we'll never know, pump this coin an extra 1%, an extra 3%, extra 5%. That is what it's going to do. Okay. So yeah, that is just that explanation, ladies and gentlemen. In terms of the micro moves, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it is still the same thing, right? We are, very, very slow in terms of price action. We are just kind of consolidating between these two ranges. I still would like to see some type of liquidity sweep manipulation. As once I see manipulation, that is just when I get like the biggest green go button ever, right? When I see manipulation, that actually makes me super, super happy, because as a trader, that is what I mainly look for. As a holder, right? All these little moves don't matter too much. I know the inevitable. I know where we are going to be in a couple months, during peak altcoin season, and I cannot wait for this moment. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye. Portfolio reviews, economic and global updates and news, frequent.
So shout out to the trading sniper. What is this? I really don't see this as a partnership or collaboration because Turbo does not offer anything. It's just using the technology of our city for this video content. The publicity is still good though. You're right, right? No, what is that? No news, but no news is bad news. There's no advertising is bad advertising. I don't know, but we can definitely use the marketing and advertising. So I'm not mad at Turbo for that. But I don't see how there is any advantage to Turbo as well. But let me see here. Close out these videos. Gonna run this last one for last two videos. This is Wealth Magnet, and then we'll do
And the chart for turbo has a really interesting pattern forming. So we're going to be taking a look at these 2 points in this video, and we're going to be explaining on what turbo is doing and what it looks like it could do in the future. So before we do start with the video, do make sure to hit the thumbs up button and drop a comment down below on what you think about turbo, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So let's get right into the video and head over to our screen. So we're over at our screen looking at turbo at about 0.205322, up around 2% in the past 24 hours. Not much, but again, better than nothing. Market cap $363 million dollars, and volume is a bit low today. It's at $40 million dollars, about 10% volume to market cap ratio. Not too bad, but definitely could do better because again, turbo is known for the crazy volume to market cap ratio that it has had in the past. We've gone about 95% volume to market cap ratio, sometimes even more than the market cap. And again, that is one of the biggest things for turbo because the community is really active and the volume usually stays up. It's a little calm for today, but if we take a look at the weekly, we're actually down about 1.5%. We did go higher in the beginning of the week, about 2.206, and then came back down to 0.2048, but again came back up. So this is also part of a pattern that we are currently seeing within turbo. If we head over to deck screener, we can see this is what the chart looks like right now. And if we just delete that line real quick and actually draw it where it is needed, and again, we were kind of seeing this pattern earlier with turbo, but that is no more the case since it did not follow that chart pattern. But we are currently seeing this right now forming with turbo, and it does look like this is still playing out, and we could see it could go back to the $390 million market cap just very soon. We could see we are kind of seeing this pattern forming with Turbo. And since the pattern before this happened was to the upside, this most likely means it will be going to the upside as well, continuing its rally like we did it take a look at. And let's just, it just got too messy. Let's just delete these other things over here. But again, just looking at this pattern that we are seeing with Turbo, it does look like it still could has upside potential. It just is playing out this pattern right now, and most likely, based on the trading technical analysis before the trend before this pattern happens matters a lot. And since it was going to the upside, it will most likely break out to the upside as well, continuing the rally upwards and getting us to our next range, 450 to 550 million dollar market cap range. And again, hopefully it does reach that soon, and that is also a crucial range as we have looked at a Turbo in the past. It does decide what Turbo will be doing next. So again, when we get there, we will most likely keep you updated what Turbo will be doing. But for now, it still looks like it's playing out this pattern. And again, as long as it could play out and break out successfully, we will be good for the future and heading over to this higher range as well. So looking pretty solid. Even in the long term, it does look like it's still doing really good, going according to plan, and just starting out to make start the comeback. And if we take a look at what the community is saying, 91% of the community is positive. Turbo is set for June. Once Ethereum pumps, we should see Turbo entering the red zone area or at least near it. So it's basically saying this price point right here, which I guess is around the 600-700 million dollar market cap range. But that definitely could be the next price range. Observing the Bitcoin chart, all of that. Turbo community, we don't like propaganda and lies about the project. Oh, that's just a user. But again, Turbo is only safe project as far as I'm concerned. Turbo patience will be rewarded greatly. Guys, Turbo reached point zero 0.05 cent mark. My word, I'm bullish on Turbo. Turbo, time to buy more. Bullish on Turbo. So again, the community overall, just overall, really bullish on Turbo. It's setting new price targets, and even when it's not doing too much, again, today was only about a 2% rise, not too much, but the community is still keeping it up, still keeping the hype going, and we could see, and it definitely will result in greater numbers as we did it. Take a look at the chart right now, and just playing out. And if we actually take a look at the collaboration that Turbo has recently seen, we could go over to their Twitter, just scroll a little bit down, and we could see right here, Veracity, if I'm pronouncing that right, collaboration announcement where police are announce a collaboration with Turbo Token, the people's meme coin. They're powering video for the people's meme coin. So as part of the collaboration, Turbo will adopt a rare player infrastructure to host, manage, and deliver its video inventory. Full integration update coming soon. So this is also pretty good news. Again, Turbo already has pretty decent collaborations on its website already. If we just go head down, we see the biggest one, Turbo Swap, powered by Aurora Labs. That was the biggest one, and we see Near Protocol as well. We see all of these other games and projects that it has a partnership with, and this will be just another big add-on to the list. And again, it just keeps on growing, and the more it grows, the better it gets for Turbo. So really excited to see that as well. So that was about it for this video, guys. In this video, we did take another look at Turbo. It's a recent new collaboration and what the chart is looking like for Turbo. So if you do want to stay updated on the latest Turbo updates, do make sure to hit the thumbs up button and drop a comment down below on what you think about Turbo. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So thank you guys so much for watching, and
So shout out to Wealth Magnet Hub. So this is the last video of the day. This is Trading Sniper. And shout out to Unknown Turbo to the moon, fam. Believe it, right? Don't believe the hype. Don't listen to footers and don't give up on the toe. Load the toe. Let's go.
My sniper is doing today. I hope he's doing fantastic. Listen, before we jump into technical analysis, I'm going to react to some of the comments we had from yesterday. today's video. Okay. Now, I sometimes read comments, sometimes I don't, depending on how busy I am during the day. But most of the time, I do read them, and most of the time, they are, very, very supportive. Love you guys so much. The hate comments, they literally never bother me, but they were going to react to some of the things people have said. Look, this Mercy Young guy said, "Full of poo. You guys know these guys get free tokens to try to get you to purchase. Don't be dumb." Ladies and gentlemen, oh, I wish that was the case. I wish I was getting paid by Turbo, getting some Turbo in my bank account for free, but that's not the case. And I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure legally, I have to tell you. All right. And you know what? If I was sponsored, if I did get paid, I would just tell you guys anyways. I would. I would. I'm not afraid to be like, oh no, like I'm not gonna pull off some scammy, shady stuff. Like, no, if I'm paid by somebody or company or a token, I'm gonna say this is a sponsored video. This is sponsored coin. It's very, very simple, right? Um, and yeah, I love how some people think I could influence this coin to, make it go up so much. I mean, yeah, it's just people are funny, right? Turbo to the moon, go Turbo, make us rich, make us poor. No, will make us rich 100%. Turbo to the moon, Jeezy. You guys probably seen Jeezy in comments a lot. I could be just one of those people that does block or hide from channel. But like I said, hate comments, whether towards me or videos or coins, never bother me. Like I just usually have a laugh if I do see them. So this coin is over. Worst coin in crypto. Devs are scamming. The devs don't have the coins. This is a community driven coin, my boy. This is why Turbo is getting bought by exchanges and big institutions. This is why you think if the devs were scamming, you think if the devs had a big wallet that all these exchanges and big money would be flooding to this coin? Absolutely not. Um, Same, another coin by GZ won't even hit 2 cents. I would bet my whole life savings and all my money in crypto that we will. Peter said Turbo price has done nothing, sell and buy something else and make money. The price is up 2.8% for the month. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, look, this is just how things work. We'll explain this whole Bitcoin thing in just a second.
Yeah, I'd have to you're right, Bobby. And I'd have to have the snipers back. Turbo hasn't paid us anything. Not one red cent. Me, Roe, and who's this guy? Freeman Finance have been making videos since the very beginning, since 2 years ago when Turbo first came out. I have not received one red cent. Although I did get some merch from Alienware, Alien Print actually. Alien Print. I got these hats from Alien Print, and I got a hat from King Turbo. But out from actual Turbo paying, Turbo hasn't paid me a dime. They don't pay anybody anything. It is an open community. People do it because they love the project. Anybody who thinks Turbo is paying, because there's a lot of people that think Turbo is just paying us to the moon to talk about the token. If they were, I'd be talking about Turbo 24 hours a day, bro. I'm already convinced in the project anyway. We already got the conviction. If Turbo paid us anything, you would never hear the end of me talking about it, right? I talk about it because I like the project and I think it is going to make people a lot of money. And I'm here to help you guys. I'm not here because Turbo is paying us. I'm on the Discord, I'm on the Telegram, I'm on the main page. I have access to create AMAs. So if anybody is getting paid, I would definitely know about it. From the devs to the finance team to the business team to the people that support to people that make memes to people that are artists. I'm not paying anybody, bro. I'm telling you straight up. I have no reason to lie to you or no reason to FUD to you or no reason to protect anybody that's getting paid from Turbo. They're not freaking paying, guys. Put that out of your mind. Stop letting people fudge you and stop having people spread nonsense. That is pure nonsense. I wish I could tell you differently, but they're not paying, bro. Flat out, right? Why would I lie to you? What does it benefit me to tell you that they aren't paying people, right? I think as a project, it makes the projects vote better, but it has nothing to do with Turbo paying anybody. They're not freaking paying anybody. Stop saying that. Stop spreading that rumor. Stop even bringing that up, bro. It's not even real, right? Why would they pay somebody and not pay everybody? Even if they don't even pay you the same. Why would they be even scaling pay? Why would they be even trying to pay? They don't even pay to list on exchanges. They're on over 140 exchanges and they haven't paid for a single freaking exchange. Yeah, right. Right. Integrative natural medicine. Everyone doesn't pay to get on exchanges. Doubt they would pay. Right. They don't pay anything. I don't understand how people even would come up with this, right? I know companies that do pay, and these guys are singing praises all the time, all day, every day. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I know these guys that are getting paid all day, every day, right? And you can tell, you can tell someone who's getting paid versus someone who's not getting paid, right? The excitement's not quite there, but they keep cranking out the videos. So I don't know what to tell you guys or how to convince you guys that there is payments happening or not payments happening, right? But you can definitely tell because the guys that are being paid to shield tokens are over and beyond what the regular person that's doing it for the free GZ is. Granted, they're still doing the same amount of updating and videos, but there is a different altogether. I don't know. You can tell, right? You can stop fronting, guys. You can stop being weird anytime. But let's finish this video. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole or rant and rave, but just trying to get my main man trading snipers back. Turbo ain't paying nothing, guys. Stop with that rumor, please.
Right? As I do expect Bitcoin to drop and I expect Turbo to drop, you have to realize that after a huge pump like this, you know, the markets need time to recover. Historically, like these types of big pumps, you see like this big green candle, they only happen consistently for, a handful of weeks under certain extreme circumstances. Okay. And usually they happen when it's altcoin season time. Now, this is how it's going to look like during the peak of Turbo. Right, we're going to use XRP as an example because XRP actually was like the best example I could think of. So, you know how XRP exploded back in early November and it was just going up consistently for, very big weekly candles for like 4 weeks? That is just how altcoin season is going to be at the very end, right? You're going to see Turbo is going to be rising over the next couple of months, but then during the peak of altcoin season, that usually lasts only for 4 weeks. That's when you're going to see consistent green candles, and that's when you're going to want it to get out because usually historically after that is just a massive sell-off. Okay, it just really is. I mean, we can see it once again here, right back in 2017, 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week sell-off, guys. Big green candles, they just can't happen consistently. It takes time. In fact, if you want consistent green candles, they require a lot of sideways movement. Think about it. So when something goes sideways in the markets, it's actually like powering up to make a move to the upside. Okay. That is just how it is. That is just reality. We talked about global liquidity for this coin, how next week there should be green pumps. And we talked about how this week should be a sell-off manipulation of some sorts, whether it's going to this green box or below the lines. And then we expect something like this to blast off for the next week, right? And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we'll pull up the indicator very quickly. We'll go over this very, very quickly because I don't want to repeat the same things, too much. But just in case there are some new viewers, or just in case someone missed it the first time, we know that global liquidity, right? If we take the top of the global liquidity before sold off to the top of turbos, boom, 91 days. If we take the bottom before it starts going green, boom, 91 days. And guess what? We are right here in terms of the global liquidity. So we're expecting to be pumping in general consistently until mid-July, right? And guess what? We take it from the bottom, boom, we are at 91 days. So next week is expected to be green. And we talked about this for the last couple of weeks. We talked about it previously, how, listen, man, I already thought there was already decent like reversal signs here. And I believe that was the case. And then like the next day, Ethereum and Bitcoin went absolutely nuclear, which carried turbo. But right after that, everything has just been going down, selling off and going sideways, right? Which we also talked about that. So, it is expected when a coin pumps like 160%, it's bound to slow down for a little bit because it's rebuilding a base so it can go up once again. Okay. I read the article and I really don't see how they are teaming up because this is about Veracity. So listen, we haven't got the most amount of info about Veracity, even though we did read the article yesterday. It was just a little bit more insight than what we already knew. At the bare minimum, exposure is exposure. Teaming up with a company with a Twitter page and everything that has like 400,000 followers is always going to put some eyes on the table, right? That's always going to, put some eyes from investors, from other exchanges, from big boys, because that's just how it works. That's just how it works. If we're going to 20 cents or more, then we have to eclipse the all-time high before all season begins. In my opinion, yeah, I agree. I think we're back to those levels with our next pump. Okay, people are talking. Never will happen. This dude has been wrong every time. We've been watching videos saying pump incoming soon. It doesn't pump. No one can predict the future. Look, I haven't been always right, but I have been right most of the time. And at the end of the day, the only thing about being right matters is, buying fairly low and just trying to sell near the top at the end of the day, right? In terms of this channel, right? In terms of this channel, the one thing I was 100% wrong on was I thought, if you guys were watching, I thought back here, we were going to see higher pumps, right? That's what I thought. But we did also talk about how the technical analysis, right, was suggesting lower highs each time. So, what I think and what the analysis says is something different, right? I've said it before and I'll say it again. Those are two separate things, right? When I predicted, I believed, this was a great time to be buying because I thought this was going to be a prime opportunity reversals, right? This was before I had all of the extra data in front of me, right? But we talked about it during that time too, that, hey guys, listen, unfortunately, we are getting consistent lower highs. We are and lower lows consistently, and we are expected to drop even lower, right? We talked about that. But then once it started to reverse, we talked about the reversals coming because then we had confirmation for the data, right? So sometimes what I want isn't necessarily going to happen. And that's why I always recommend people to watch as much as they can in the videos, because what I want or expect doesn't necessarily always align with what the data says, right? Because sometimes we need to wait for more data. That's just how trading works, right? But the beautiful thing is with us buying crypto, like even if you did buy in these areas, right, and they're not 100% perfect, that's fine because your dollar cost averaging at a very low price, right? Same thing if you're buying in recent times and you bought around the 0.05 area. Like this, for example, right? The analysis shows sells. Why we've been talking about it, how this week was going to be most likely sells, happening. And that was based off the structure breaking, that was based off the liquidity, right? So we had some data, but it's also my assumption. Then we also had a couple weekdays of, buying candles. And then I was like, okay, guys, we are going to be selling. We are, because the data is very, very weak, right? And guess what? We are selling off. Now, I expect to go at least this green box and potentially, wipe this area. That's why I have this black line down here. Does that mean it's going to 100% happen? No, that doesn't mean it's going to 100% happen. Is there high probability? Yes, right? If the candles come down here and then they start showing reversal signs to go up, then I'm going to let you guys know. And then, you know, something like this sweep of these lows never happened. But that's just the way how it is with a trader sometimes, you know? We don't literally always know 100% where it's going to go exactly. But once there's like signs of his saying, okay, it's going to go lower or it's going to go higher, then that's when I can say 100%, okay, yes, I'm confirming this. You know, like even in the Discord earlier today, I called out, you know, guys, we should be heading to lower levels with Bitcoin. Why? You know, even though this was my anticipation for this week, we had these highs over here. Then we had 2 days of, you know, trying to push up, but creating lower highs. And now we're selling off. And I expect for it to continue through this week to go lower, right? Now, my next point of confirmation is to print a lower low than this black line over here. I want to see closes below 107,260 bucks, right? More or less. That's what I would love for the most. But we already have signs of, you know, we already have some signs that we are going to go lower, right? We broke through the daily trend, right? The daily trend broke, boom, 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 right? We have lower highs. I expect Bitcoin to go lower based off this confirmation. Before, a couple of days ago, it was still technically speculation. So I hope this made sense. I said the same point like 3 different ways, right? Because I said I do believe there's gonna be sales this week, but a couple of days ago it was still technically speculation. Now that I have more confirmation, right, which required a couple more days, then I could tell you confidently, yes, I do expect Bitcoin to be going lower, which means I expect Turbo to be going lower, right? We have points of liquidity on this chart over here, right? So, you know, it is a decent probability that we will sweep some of them before we go up, but that doesn't mean it has to happen because, you know, something with Bitcoin historically, you know, sometimes it just respects the trend. So, you know, that's why I said I expect Bitcoin to go to 103, 104,000, and then potentially go up. Do I know 100%? No. But in the moment when I see it bounce off certain candles or, you know, do reversal signs, that's when I can say, okay, guys, these are going to be the bottoms. And the same thing with Turbo. Same thing with Turbo. So, yeah, hopefully that, you know, explained it very, very well. But yeah, we're going to the moon. First view. Shout out to you, Bobby. Man, I'm hoping we get to the 0.008 soon. Very, very soon. Should be happening, you know, next week, most likely, according to global liquidity. Over the next 1 to 2 weeks maximum, I'm saying that we're going to start pumping, right? I really do believe, based off the global liquidity, based off the analysis, it is just manipulation, right? It's just manipulation, and it is going up. Also, right? We talked about, just in case you guys need further proof, we talked about it on this channel. You know, crypto markets will trick you to sell, right? We talked about this is going to be technically, by the time you see this, already like 3 days ago, because it says 1 day, but this is already technically 2 days. And by the time you see this, it's going to be like 3 days. So we talked about this, right? We talked about this in advance. Some people believe trading is gambling. All of this means is just nothing. But for me, this always makes sense. And if there's always going to be any mistake, it's always going to be on my end or some next level news came out, and not because the charts are lying. But yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Different type of video today. You know, overall, the blueprint is something like this for this coin. You know, I don't expect it to be going to these bottoms over here, according to the data, the global liquidity, and everything else. But some type of bigger retracements this week are, you know, going to happen. They are going to happen. So yeah, that is, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.
Congressman Donalds.
Michael, how you doing? Michael, what do you have going on in here? This is like the party inside the conference. What is happening?
Well, you know, Florida was always the sunshine state, and it was all about oranges. And
The shout out to the trading sniper. It appears that Michael Saylor's already freaking talking on the Bitcoin conference. So we're gonna end this video and then start the Michael Saylor portion of the Bitcoin conference. Let me know what you think. What is this? I do like his video, but I disagree with his analysis. I believe the bulls holding will not let the price fall below 0.004. That's pretty interesting, Bobby. But let's see Only time will tell. But thanks for joining. I need to shut this down so we can start the next video. And I guess we're pushing over to the Bitcoin conference. But as always, it's okay to be different and weird, right? Maybe you're okay, everybody else is weird. But either way it go, remember, let's get back to the money and stay dangerous. Miner out.